things can be consistent with a Christian worldview, even if they're not explicitly Christian. And we want our kids to be able to see that. And then there are other things that are inconsistent. You know, it reminds me of, so around New Year's, the Starbucks bias, they had this New Year's resolution goal type of board, and it asked people to post any kind of inspiration, you know, that they wanted to share for others. And I took a picture of it when I was at the Starbucks that day, because I just couldn't believe the kinds of inspiration that people felt was inspirational. You know, all these things like, you know, be your best you and live your best life now and all these kinds of things. So I took a picture of it and I brought it home and I read them to my kids over dinner, and we just talked about them. And, you know, is this inspirational? Should it be inspirational? And I also asked them questions like, you know, is this consistent or inconsistent with a Christian worldview? And I think that's a very helpful conversation to have with your kids about a lot of things, because things can be consistent with a Christian worldview, even if they're not explicitly Christian. And we want our kids to be able to see that. And then there are other things that are inconsistent with the Christian worldview that, you know, no matter where that source is, no matter what it's coming from, this does not jive with what we believe. And that's not even getting to, you know, is Christianity true or not? It's just understanding from a worldview perspective, would this piece of the puzzle fit in with a Christian worldview? And so it's a helpful conversation to have, because kids need to understand too that not everything is opposed to Christianity. Some things that are not necessarily found in the Bible, you know, they're not necessarily going to contradict anything within Christianity, but some other things will. That's a common question I ask my kids about consistency.